got lots of UFO news to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Then, of course, I'm joined once again by Baxter, helping out a lot. Well, to start with, we have a really intriguing conversation between Dr. Travis Taylor and David Paulides of Missing 411 fame. Very troubling phenomenon. Well, he talked to Travis Taylor about another troubling phenomenon, cattle mutilations. And Travis had something really weird to say. Let's give a listen.
Then Travis got into an area that I'm paying attention to because it's something I've spent a lot of time on in the past, and that's cattle mutilations. Now, I wish I had more on this, but listen carefully. He stated that there's new data coming out that there are certain qualities in cow blood that can change space and time. He didn't go into any more detail.
Yeah, David doesn't know anything else about this. Travis doesn't go into any more detail. He says there is data on this, though. What sort of data? Will we ever be able to see this crazy data that talks about cow blood being able to alter space and time? This is insane, guys. If any of you have any clue what this could be referring to, let me know. I am dying to find out. I mean, could this be the answer to cattle mutilations? That the beings are trying to harvest blood that can alter space and time? That's just nuts, guys. But it is definitely a juicy story. I don't know what to make of it. If the riddle of cattle mutilations has been solved, there were some cattle mutilations down the road from me not that long ago, a couple of years ago, down OSR in Madison County in that area. Publicly, it was reported that there were 6 or 7 cattle mutilations, but privately among the community, it was known that there were upwards of 40 cattle mutilations. All happened at around the same time within a few months. No explicable reason. The FBI came in and shut everybody up. And since then, we haven't heard boo from any of those people, those ranchers. There's been no updates. My UFO team, we were formerly with MUFON. We've broken away. We investigated and we tried to get some answers, but we were warned off by the MUFON heads, the Texas heads of MUFON, not to proceed with our investigation. They said the FBI would round us up. It's unclear if that threat was coming directly from the FBI or if the people in charge of MUFON were simply worried about that. Either way, pretty alarming. At the very least, the FBI is covering this up. At worst, they're complicit in some way. But, unclear if that's the case. Oh, and thanks to CDO Brown for the story. I really appreciate it. Meanwhile, Danny Sheehan is updating us about the possible underwater UFO base off of Baja, California.
Right off that island, right there, beneath the sea. They deployed the entire the Nimitz carrier.
That's David
group.
Fravers.
Yep. Right. And they monitored over 100 sightings of UFOs coming and going down into the ocean right there and going down to the bottom of the ocean. And they were monitored by the submarines. That's right, monitored by the submarines.
Okay, so that's really interesting that they were monitored by the submarines, and it's really interesting that there is a new account now of where those UFOs went, or maybe where they originated from. Our original information that we got, I want to say it was from Kevin Day, was that the UFOs, from the Tic Tac incident, the 100 UFOs over a week-long period that the Nimitz battle group was seeing, that at the end of that, they all went to Catalina. Now Danny Sheehan is saying, not so fast. It's actually Guadalupe, or at least they were at Guadalupe. It's unclear if maybe they left Guadalupe and went to Catalina. I would love more information about that, the specifics of all of that. But either way, Catalina is most certainly a huge hotspot of UFO activity. And now we have a new possible hotspot to add, Guadalupe Island. So keep your eyes on Guadalupe Island, guys. And if you've seen any information about Guadalupe Island and the UFO activity there, let me know, because Catalina has been very well documented. But I'm not super familiar with Guadalupe, but I guess I need to get familiar. Meanwhile, what does Lou Elzando have to say about 2027 and the major events that are supposed to happen then?
9783. Lou, we keep hearing rumours about a quote-unquote major event that could be the reason for the disclosure timeline that is now in place. Does this event have anything to do with this asteroid Apophis scheduled very narrowly to miss our planet in 2027?
Negative. It has nothing to do with the asteroid Apophis and its approach to Earth. It has to do with something else potentially, which I'm not prepared to go into conversation right now.
Understood, and I know naturally a lot of people would be curious on that note. Is there anything you'd want to expand on that when it comes to 2027?
I'm gonna not 2027, but I'm gonna. There may have been some other dates proposed, but I'm gonna let the experts noodle on that and figure that out. It's certainly too premature for me to say anything one way or the other because we simply don't have enough data. So I'm just gonna do a polite pass on that question.
3.
Okay, so
Lou,
Lou says he's going to let the experts noodle on that. Well, how can there be any experts if they won't give us any information about what to be an expert on? We don't even know what to be an expert on. So, definitely a non-answer there. But, he's taking a pass on the question. I totally understand. It's interesting that he clarifies when the 2027 date is mentioned. He says there are some other dates proposed. So are we talking, 2026? Chris Bledsoe, there's been just some dates proposed that are not 2027, where there might be a mass contact event, call it catastrophic disclosure, whatever. There have been some dates in that time range proposed from 2025 to 2027 or even beyond. But around that time frame is when many people believe something big is going to happen. And it'd be great to get Lou's insight on that. He's not going to pony up. He's not going to do it. But at least we know that he doesn't believe it has anything to do with Apophis, the giant asteroid that many people are worried about, that will be passing very close to the Earth at that time. So, hey, that's a relief. If nothing else, we're probably not dealing with Apophis smashing into the Earth. Speaking of which, check this out. Another breakdown from David Haith. I thought this was really interesting. Alien invasion technology is not what you think. Now, this is from, Dr. Stephen Greer, so, take it with a grain of salt. But, okay, here's David Haith's breakdown of this information. Planet Earth has been saved from destruction by ETs who intercepted an asteroid and moved it away from near collision course by a covert group who are a bunch of sociopaths. What? The claim comes from Stephen Greer, who says the group's 70-year agenda is a true threat to humans. He also claims the group has systems they can put on fault lines off the coast of various land masses like California and elsewhere, and they can trigger those and cause massive earthquakes and tsunamis. Okay, that doesn't sound great. I'm a little confused by this. We were saved by these guys, apparently, from an asteroid who moved it away from the Earth, but they're bad guys. They're a bunch of sociopaths. So I guess they saved us so they can continue manipulating and using us, I guess is the idea. Now, I haven't watched the video. My tolerance level for Stephen Greer is very low. This is the man that said that he could take out a UFO control group black site with a snap of his fingers. So, he says a lot of stuff. He says alien abductions are not a thing. They are very much a thing. Take it with a huge grain of salt, but I did think it was interesting and it tied in with the Apophis story. Last but not least, the Pentagon is asked about the UFOs over Langley Airfield.
I'm going to come back here. Yeah.
Thank you, Sabrina. There's been some new reporting around the 2023 drone incursion over Langley Air Force Base.
Does the DoD have an idea of what objects it might have been?
Thanks so much for the question. So, specifically, Langley Air Force Base did experience incursions of unauthorized unmanned aerial systems last year in December 2023. The number of those UAS incursions did fluctuate on any given day, but they didn't appear to exhibit any hostile intent. It's something that we, have kept our eye on, but don't have more to provide on that. Jen.
Actually, that's
Sure.
what I wanted to follow up on.
Yeah, of course.
So why couldn't the Air Force shoot down these drones if they were coming towards the base, over the base, if they were surveilling, which it proved that when one went down on January 5th, it was found to have video surveilling a sensitive base. Why couldn't they shoot them down? The Air Force can shoot down Cessnas if they get close to sensitive facilities in Washington, New York.
So the commander, or any commander of any base, has the authority necessary to protect forces, to protect facilities, infrastructure, and capability there. So I'm not aware that they did not have any authority to shoot it down or to shoot anything down. I do know that with all of these incursions, given that it's, on U.S. soil, there is another level of coordination within the interagency that needs to take place. But the commander absolutely had his or her authorities to engage any systems that are a threat to the base.
And wouldn't surveillance or intelligence gathering be a threat to the base?
Yeah, again, Jen, this is something that, I know the department continues to analyze. I don't have any information, or I can't confirm what you're saying. All I can tell you is that, the Air Force Base did experience a number of incursions, and that, we have been looking into it. And if I have more to share, I certainly will.
Okay, now that was fantastic. Not the Pentagon's answers, which of course, again, nothing to see here, or no information to share. We have no idea what's going on, and we're certainly not going to tell you peons. But the really cool thing was the seriousness of the reporters' questions, their follow-up questions, them not taking no for an answer, and continuing to ask questions about this. Did they shoot them down? Don't they have the authority to shoot them down? What is the deal with these things? And, continuing to get stonewalled, obviously, of course. But the really cool thing here is that the media and the reporters actually taking up the ball and running with it. I think that's fantastic that the media is getting on board the UFO train. I think that is awesome. That's exactly what we need. We need the media to get on the board. We need, public awareness to spread. And then, of course, to put more pressure on Congress to actually get something done on this issue. We have peaceful protest of many different things in this country. Why not have an organized peaceful protest for UFO disclosure? If anything else, any other social issue can get that level of engagement from the public, why not something arguably as important? So, who knows, guys? But either way, that is what the Pentagon is saying or not saying about the UFOs over Langley. Let me know what you think about that and everything else covered today in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Give Baxi a big thumbs up and his big old fluffy belly. I mean, look at that belly. Come on. That's worth a thumbs up right there. Come on, guys. You know it, guys. All right. Like and subscribe. Plenty of other videos on the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Roads, signing out. Okay, I realized you couldn't quite see how big his belly was in the other video, so check it out, guys. Look at that fluff. Look at that.